Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full-time
MMA.
Are you guys ready for the swarm of Conor McGregor news when this fight gets announced? I am. No, but on a serious tip, yesterday Conor McGregor went to court where his felony charges were dropped in his plea deal, and it looks like he's going to be able to fight at the end of this year if they can get the deal worked out, you know what I'm saying? So we might be seeing Conor McGregor versus Khabib later this year. It's about 90% as far as what I'm seeing. We've been seeing rumblings, rumors, and reports about this fight for the last couple of months now, but we've really had to wait until this court date to make anything official. And so with that being said, the court date was yesterday. We got good news in a sense that Conor McGregor is going to be able to fight. His visa won't be affected or his immigration status because of that Barclays attack. So now, any day, the UFC could be announcing Conor McGregor's next fight versus Khabib Nurmagomedov, because that's all they were waiting for. But with that being said, Conor McGregor's coach is saying Conor McGregor is eager to set a fight date following his court proceedings. He said that's what we all envisioned would happen, and it's just great to be able to get back to doing what we love to do. Conor McGregor has been eager to get back out there. He's been eager to get something in front of him to set a date and to push for a fight. I think now that that's out the way, the potential for Conor to get back in there is very, very high. And if you've checked out Conor McGregor's Instagram as of late, he's definitely been training. Even before the court proceedings, he went to Brazil to train jiu-jitsu. I mean, all the way to the damn source. He's been posting other pictures training. I mean, wrestling training. Conor McGregor's been staying ready because, you know, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Now, with that being said, of course, we also know Conor McGregor has talked about a piece of the pie, you know what I'm saying, before he came back. But this fight is deeper than rap. Maybe he'll hold off on that piece of the pie talk just so he can get his hands on Khabib, because these guys don't like each other, and it's not just because Khabib's got his belt. It's not just because Khabib's a guy that he thinks is a fun matchup to fight. No, it's because Khabib put his hands on his homie. Their crews don't like each other. Their coaches don't like each other. The managers don't like each other. I'd be surprised if their damn families liked each other. That's the type of shit we got going on here. This has to be settled, and the best way to settle it is in a UFC octagon. The only legal way you can really put your hands on somebody, unless it's self-defense, of course. But you get the point. So that's why this is the greatest sport in the world, and that's why this could likely be the biggest fight ever in UFC history. And that's why it's going to be so dope, because the matchup, and on top of that, not even just everything going into it, but also the matchup is great. We get to see Conor McGregor, probably the most lethal striker we've seen in a long time in the UFC. I mean, he puts dudes out. We know that. Conor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov, one of the most motherfucking dangerous grapplers we've ever saw. Khabib smash like chicken. We know what he does when he gets you on the ground and he holds you down and your face is there and he's holding one arm behind your back and the other one's crashing into your fucking face, scrambling your eggs. We know the potential. What's gonna happen? We don't know that. That's why we all want to see the fight. But with that being said, at least we know Conor's eager and ready to get back in there, coming from one of his coaches, Owen Roddy. But with that being said, man, he continued. He said everything we put on hold was because of this. We all had hoped we would get this news that we got today, but of course nothing could have been set in stone before the decision came through. Anything could have happened, so everything had to be put on hold until Conor got this sorted. I know we are all eager to see what's coming next, and I'm sure something's going to get lined up. And I would say that something is probably going to be sooner rather than later. There's been multiple dates discussed for this possible fight, maybe like October 6th at UFC 229, maybe in November at Madison Square Garden, UFC 230, or longest case scenario at the end of the year card in December. Now, I say forget it. Let's make it happen as early as possible, as long as we got time to promote it, you know, the right way, of course. So that would be October. It's in Las Vegas. And hey, Dana White said if this fight's going to happen, it's going to have to happen in Las Vegas. As big as of a fight this is. Now, the only other option might be Madison Square Garden, and that is where Khabib kind of called Conor McGregor out for. But that would be a whole extra month, you know, just to get to Madison Square Garden. And who knows what could happen in that month. You know what I'm saying? We've been waiting over 2 years for Conor to come back to MMA. It's going on 1 year since, you know, Khabib fought at Madison Square Garden last year. So we've just been waiting and waiting. I cannot wait any longer for this fight. So I said, let's get it done in October. Motherfucking, it is what it is, man. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. With that being said, I got some kinks to work out with this Honor affiliate program. I'm going to get that stuff set up, and it's going to be back to the grind. I'll see you guys on the live show a little bit later today. And with that being said, man, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And before we go, shout out to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit the bell right next to it so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And this is the hardest working MMA channel on YouTube. We provide daily updates, predictions, betting advice. We do songs. We do fantasy fights. We've interviewed Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, Bruce Lachmedio, and Felony Charles Bennett, all in just 1 year as an MMA channel. We're one of the fastest growing MMA channels on the net, but we're still small, so make sure you guys go check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo if you want to learn how you can become a full-time MMA black belt. And while you're there, you can see where this MMA channel started from, some of the goals we have for the channel, and even more cool videos just like this one if you enjoyed it. So thanks again to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button, and also if you're just lurking and this is your first time seeing a video, appreciate that as well. I'm out.
Da 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 da! It's the motherfucking DOG.